This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis Ferreira, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, Dylan C, Hannah Green, Noralia, Geof Searles, Erik Reed, Greysin, Ishara, Ashlee Bradley, and Laura Lewis. Before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Scar and Alicia Sadai to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really, truly appreciate it. In this episode, we are talking about Chapter 32 of The Gathering Storm.
Yeah, Chapter 32 is Rivers of Shadow.
Yeah, and I was mad.
You were so mad because you only get to read one chapter.
Well, I forgot, as I didn't read it immediately after we finished recording. It was a couple days later, and I was listening to it in the car, and then I couldn't remember what you had said.
I was concerned.
And I really wanted to keep reading, so I paused it, and then I messaged you.
Well, I was worried because I didn't respond for like 20 minutes. I was like, oh my God, she's already listened to it. It's like, no, do not.
I was like, I forget. Do I get one chapter or two?
Whoops, look what happened by accident.
And then I was like, please, sir, I want some more.
Yeah. And also, I think there was swearing in there. I don't know. It's fine.
No, because then you said, one, don't do it. And then I said, boo.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
You suck. Boo.
There was some of that. So
this was good.
Next.
I have to say it. This is my favorite Nynaeve perspective chapter.
Okay.
It's
good.
I've read.
It's solid.
Yeah.
And the next two episodes, 2 chapters each.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
First, I have a pop quiz for you.
Ooh, fun.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Every week, the TV guide comes to Chandler and Joey's apartment.
Oh my God.
What name appears on the address label?
Chenandler Bong.
No.
Mrs. Chenandler Bong.
Miss Chenandler Bong.
Chenandler Bong.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
The amount of times that Chandler comes up in this chapter, the word Chandler comes up many times.
Oh, I think in the audiobook it's pronounced differently than that.
How do you pronounce it? I have no idea.
Ooh,
Chandler?
Maybe.
Chandler.
I have to hold on. Now I have to find it.
Let's listen to it.
Okay, so she definitely says Chandler, but I think with the way she says it, it makes me think chandelier. It's kind of like Chandler.
Okay, so here's the thing. This wasn't gonna be my fun fact, but now it's gonna be my fun fact. Okay, because I had to look it up.
Is that where the word comes? Because I was thinking of chandeliers probably in the old times had candles in them. Well, right?
I mean, yeah. Okay, so here we go.
Because our chandelier has like fake candles, and then you put like a wick-shaped light bulb, or like a flame-shaped light bulb.
No, you're right. You're right. Okay, so etymologically, it's not just like old-timey light, it's just French. So French for candle is chandelle. Oh, yeah. And a chandelier is a candle holder. You put it on. Yeah, so basically that's what it is. Oh, okay. So chandelier is, that makes sense.
But it's probably like Chandler.
So a chandler is just like the English version of like you make candles. Yeah. But also not quite. So typically a chandler is a maker or seller of tallow or wax candles and usually soap. But also, it can refer to a dealer in a specified trade of merchandise. There can be a corn chandler. There can be a ship chandler, someone who like supplies all the stuff for ships. Various different chandlers of things. So it's not just candle makers. But in this chapter, candle makers. Very specifically candle makers.
Candle maker.
Yeah, that's part of their cover.
It's part of it, yeah.
But anyways, okay, so there you go.
Okay, I didn't even get to tell you what I liked about this chapter.
No, was it the new plant that we got? Because that was supposed to be my fun fact about the...
The plant?
Yeah, the poison.
Oh, the new poison, not crimson thorn root.
Yeah.
Something different.
Tartrot. Do you want to hear another fun fact?
Sure.
Okay. Do you want to tell me what you liked about it first?
I liked that things happened.
Oh, yeah, things do happen.
Things happened.
That is
we
good.
didn't just talk about having a plan.
Nynaeve is a woman of action.
She just goes.
Yeah.
And you know what? Frick yeah.
You know,
I was just like, yes.
But it's funny because when I was reading this, it's a little bit of a comparison to what Elaine does when she's like, we just gotta go. But it's like not into a bunch of black Aja. Yes. You know what I mean? Like,
and she doesn't just go like completely alone
with
no help.
Well, I mean, she could have had more backup, but like Elaine had backup. She just got all her backup murdered.
Yeah, she like really... That was a very dangerous situation.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Nynaeve thought this situation was dangerous.
The stakes were lower, for sure.
The stakes are lower. Like, you're going to talk to a jailer.
Yeah.
And you have authority here. Like, legit authority.
Right.
You're not sneaking around.
It's not like, I know there's 4 Black Aja.
Black Aja.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is not. I can see how you do make that comparison.
Yeah, but it's different,
However, no.
Okay. So... Okay, back to this Tartrot leave.
Oh, you are going to talk about it.
I am going. It's a double fun fact day, I guess. So from the 13th Depository website, there's an entire section on plants, and we've actually dug into that before for the fun facts for different plants.
Specifically Crimson Thorn Root, I think.
Yeah, I think so, because there's like real-world inspirations. Yes. So as described in the poison, it's pretty common, and it's bitter, and has to be eaten. Like in the book, that's what it's kind of talked about. It's not very strong, so you have to use a fair amount of it. And there's not a lot of description to compare it to something real life, but the fact that Nynaeve apparently used it herself to put a dog down suggests that it might be a plant like fool's parsley, which has a scientific name of Asthusthia Don't
do it.
Also known as dog poison.
It's called dog poison.
Dog poison. But it's fool's parsley. That's also the nickname for it, I guess. It's a fairly strong poison. It inflames the gastrointestinal tract. But I looked a little bit more into this fool's parsley, also called poison parsley. I don't know if you see where I'm going with this. It's poisonous.
You already said that.
I know, but it's in the name. But it's poisonous. Mm-hmm. But apparently it's called fool's parsley because it looks a lot like a young garden parsley. But it's different because it's poisonous.
It's poisonous.
Right. Unlike the real parsley, not poisonous.
And like dogs would eat it, probably.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because dogs eat all kinds of crap.
They eat whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So apparently there's one of the websites I looked on. It's like, warning, if you Google this, there's going to be a lot of people who tell you can use it for medicinal purposes, which apparently is not recommended because it's poisonous. But some people think that it helps cure stomach and intestinal problems and cholera and diarrhea and seizures and milk allergies. But again, not recommended because... Poison. Okay.
Got it.
Cool. Fun fact.
So fun.
Double fun fact.
That was so fun.
Okay.
All right. So chapter 32 is called Rivers of Shadow, and our chapter symbol is the wheel and snake.
Yeah.
Because here we go. Wheel of Time, you know?
Sure. Yeah. You know, part of the pattern and all that.
So we're going to enter in a Nynaeve perspective, and I kind of like this because we get her view on what's happening here, and we haven't had that in a very long time. Like, she's kind of just been tagging along with Rand.
Yeah.
And even when he just last spoke with Nynaeve, it was from his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, why is she so mad?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Right? The whole, is he your husband? Like, who cares?
Who cares? I'm just going to use him.
Right.
Yeah.
Death might serve me well.
Right. So, I mean, like, I get it. We get this perspective. So Nynaeve and some other Aes Sedai are on the wall around Bendar Eben looking over the city, and immediately I think this is Cadsuane's plan.
Oh.
Because we just left Cadsuane, and we didn't get her plan. Like, what is she up to?
And she was like, whoa, I have an awesome plan.
I have the best plan.
It's so good.
It's so good. And she goes straight to the Wise Ones.
Yeah.
And now Cadsuane is here with Aes Sedai, and Nynaeve is here.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, good. We get to find out Cadsuane's plan.
Right.
No.
Doesn't seem like
We're just going to look at some ghosts.
Hold on. Maybe that's part of the plan, though.
To look at the ghosts?
Look at the ghosts. No?
I don't think so.
If you can capture the ghosts somehow, use the ghosts.
Have they tried using a Ouija board?
I don't think so. I also haven't seen any real attempts at capturing the ghosts.
Well, why would we do that?
Ghost Army.
No, but they're scary.
Yeah, they're not actually that scary.
We're too scared of the ghosts that just wander around.
Actually, no. Technically, you are very wrong, because Maurice is like...
Very wrong.
Well, yeah, Maurice is like, haven't we all seen ghosts by this point? We're not, it doesn't even matter. Who cares? They're just ghosts. They're not doing anything. It's not like people are exploding with bugs or anything like that.
No,
it's like,
are.
That's scary.
That's scary.
That's scary. But these ghosts are just like doing their own fake ghost funeral procession for some person who's already dead, and they're all dead anyways. It doesn't matter. Like, so yeah, very wrong about the whole...
You're right.
They're not
spooky ghosts. Still creeped out by them. Like, they're not going to go up to them.
Yeah, we're going to look at them from a wall. We're not going to go and try and talk to them or anything.
Or capture them.
You know, maybe they should. That's my idea. I don't see anybody else doing anything better right now. So
it's okay.
Okay.
Well,
how's Nynaeve feeling right now?
Okay, so not great. Things aren't going well for her, and I actually get it. I do understand this.
Yeah.
Now, this stupid tempest to the north.
Right. You caught that, hey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is just, although they did use the word storm also. Storm and tempest were both used.
You can't outrun the tempest.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, because she's got the whole metaphorical storm.
Yes.
It's like, run and hide, but you can't from this tempest.
You can't do it.
Can't.
Now, she kind of misses the two rivers, and then we go on this whole brain tangent of hers.
Yeah, there's a few of these.
It just goes on and on about how she can't return to the two rivers, and she wouldn't like it. It wouldn't be a fulfilling life anyway.
Same with Lan, because he's a king. He can't go live in the two rivers.
She's married
right?
to a king, so, like, that's a big deal.
She's kind of a big deal right now.
Yeah, and then they see the ghosts.
Yeah, that's when the ghosts pop up.
Ghosts!
Right.
And then seeing these ghosts and talking about the people dying in weird ways sparks a conversation between Cadsuane and the rest of them.
Yeah. So, for the record, we've got Cadsuane, Maurice, and Corelli.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, those are the three plus Nynaeve. Yeah.
Definitely
those
not
three.
that one.
Yeah. Cadsuane's lackeys and whatever, it's fine.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot that. Okay.
At this point, pretty much everyone's one of Cadsuane's lackeys, though. So, let's be real.
Okay. So, everyone's like, we should be moving on from Eridomen. What are we even doing here? It's irrelevant.
Who cares?
Who cares if they have a king or not? This has nothing to do with us.
Not me, Marie. They don't care.
They really could give a shit.
Yeah.
And Nynaeve ends up sticking up for Rand a bit and is like, no, this does matter. Also, Rand is in the process of taking care of the Seanchan stuff.
Yeah.
Because the Seanchan will immediately invade here if we leave.
Yeah.
And the Seanchan are for sure relevant.
Yeah.
Like, they matter.
And also the whole, like, he's pretty sure there's a Forsaken right here.
Right.
Like, there is a reason to stick around in Eridomen. Like, I get you don't care about it, but there are reasons. I like that Nynaeve sticks up for Rand here.
Well, yeah, for sure. She will always protect her own. She'll call them idiots to their face.
Yeah.
And then say really nice things about them behind their back, but she would never say the nice things to their face.
And then tell Rand that he's an idiot, even though she just stuck up to Rand to them. Yeah, exactly. We got it. Okay. Yeah. Nailing this.
Yeah. Don't tell him I said this, but he's a really great person with a lot of great ideas.
Yeah. That's what Cadsuane said like last chapter, too. Oh, man. Okay.
Why wouldn't you tell him that?
Okay. So.
All right. So Nynaeve thinks that, yes, Rand is pretty difficult to deal with lately, but, you know, he does have a lot on his shoulders.
He does.
He's doing a lot, and he's actually doing a pretty good job with what he's been handed.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to talk about this next little thing here, because Nynaeve is basically listening to Maurice and Corel, like, go off about, we should go. It doesn't matter, whatever. And then she notices Cadsuane, like, watching her.
Watching Nynaeve?
Watching Nynaeve. Like, Nynaeve notices Cadsuane watching Nynaeve, and then she gets a little head nod from Cadsuane.
Yeah.
And then Nynaeve's like, oh, no way that could be a sign of respect, because that's not
Because
Cadsuane.
What the heck?
Yeah, but, like, what is that? Is this like a respectful, like, head nod, or is this like a thanks for sticking up for Rand head nod? Like, what is happening here?
I think she just agrees with what Nynaeve is saying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But, like, she's not going to voice it either to these other sisters, so.
No. And I don't know if it's now or later on, but Nynaeve definitely thinks several times about how the rest of the Aes Sedai don't still see her as an Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't held the Oath Rod, and who cares about that?
Yeah, she's not really being accepted into the Yellows by the other Yellows here.
Yeah, she doesn't understand it.
Well, I mean, I think she understands it. I think she does.
No, she's like, I don't get it. She's like, I don't get why, is it Corel?
Yeah.
Who's yellow? Won't accept me as a yellow.
But then Nynaeve also knows that the difference is that she hasn't held the Oath
Yeah, but
Rod.
she thinks that's dumb.
Well, I know she thinks it's dumb, but I don't know. And I agree with her, but anyways.
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
No.
Oh, man, okay.
I understand.
You think she should have the Oath Rod?
Well,
I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not, but like...
Yeah.
To be considered an Aes Sedai from the perspectives of these very headstrong, up their butt Aes Sedais, she's got to do it.
I get
why they're not accepting her. I don't necessarily agree.
Okay, well,
but
I
understand it.
I get it too,
okay.
but I don't agree with it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I think we're agreeing with each other. It's
weird.
good.
It feels like we're arguing.
Yeah, it feels that way, but I think we're saying the same thing. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, Nynaeve basically ends up leaving the other three Aes Sedai to go on their way and argue with each other some more.
Yeah.
And while she's walking, she starts thinking about what to do about Rand because he clearly doesn't want anyone's help. And that's a problem because Nynaeve thinks he probably could use some help.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, she's dealt with dangerous men before, and she thinks, like, oh, I've dealt with Lan, and he's dangerous, but, like, he's not actually going to hurt me. But Rand
is pretty unpredictable.
Well, and he's got, like, the new darkness around him, and would he
yeah.
actually exile me like he did Catswin? Like,
no,
maybe.
Never. Probably.
Well, like, probably.
Yeah.
Like, if you step... He almost did it last time. Like, when you were telling him that he was stupid, he was getting pretty up there, so...
And then we know that even if he says something in haste... and then thinks, maybe I made a mistake, he's not going to go back on it.
Well, that's because the people force him not to go back on it. He can't admit...
It's the people's fault? It's not Rand's fault?
Rule 2 of leadership is never admit you're wrong, ever, for any reason, ever.
Oh, that's part of Rand's Somehow I Managed
Yeah,
book.
never, ever back down on your point.
The Dragon Reborn, Somehow I Managed.
Exactly, you get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's rule 2.
Yeah, I can't remember what rule 1 was.
Me neither. We'll have to listen back.
I think it was like always double down on your point and never say that you're wrong ever.
Oh no, but you just said that's rule 2.
That's the first 2 rules.
It's both.
It's both. It's so important.
It's rule 1 and 2.
It's so important that it's like it's 2 rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, you get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Now, Nynaeve is walking through the streets and she's going on her brain tangents, and the street is just filled with all these refugees.
Yeah.
But it's important to note that it's nighttime.
Right, okay.
I don't think we talked about that. So...
Well, no, because the ghost procession only comes out at midnight or something. It's like very spooky that way.
I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure it's a midnight thing.
I've for sure seen ghosts...
No, this ghost funeral procession specifically
I didn't know it was a funeral procession. Okay.
Yeah, they're like carrying a coffin. That's part of the story.
Oh, I didn't.
They're like
I thought they were just ghosts walking around.
It's literally a funeral procession, and they're carrying like a coffin. And she's like, "Oh, I guess this is a funeral procession
sad.
For like an old person
but for
from
ghosts,
a long time ago."
The ghosts are having it.
The ghosts are having a.
The ghosts are having a funeral.
I think they're reliving it. I think that's the thing.
Oh,
they're reliving the funeral procession from a long time ago. And it only comes out at midnight.
Every
night. The spookier part was that we're pretty sure that it started happening right after Rand arrived, or like right around that point.
We don't know that for
It's
sure.
hard to confirm stuff. But a couple guards were like, yeah, that's probably when it started.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same with like, I don't know, the king's still alive.
Yeah,
sure.
it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's good.
Talked to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
The king is writing me letters personally and asking for all my money.
It's nighttime. Relax.
Okay.
Brett. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll give you some of
it.
it.
He just needs me to send him $4,000 first, and then he'll be able to give me all the money.
$1 million. Yeah.
Okay, you get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the refugees.
It's nighttime.
It's nighttime. There's refugees.
Refugees just like camping. They're just like not even camping.
I don't think it's called camping. They're in the street.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a refugee crisis.
Yeah.
And Rand's doing his best to fix
like they're camping in the streets. Like I don't mean they're in the woods having a fun time with like
not making s'mores here.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Like they're camped in the streets.
Right.
Like that's where they live.
They're sleeping in the streets.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We got that.
Yeah.
Let's get to the sound of the child coughing.
Oh, it sounds bad.
And then Nynaeve has to go on a hunt for the child who's coughing.
Because she's like, oh, man.
You know what? I actually do like this little side quest here because it does build some, like, a little bit of character development or just, like, story time with Nynaeve.
Yeah.
I do like it.
Especially with the herb stuff.
Yeah, getting her back to her roots and helping people. Like, I do like the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she has to go on this like wandering mission. She has to find the kid, and then eventually she finds the parents, and then she gets annoyed because the son's dying basically, but the dad's like, "Arr!" And she's like, "Shut up about it. I'm gonna help anyways."
And then the mom is like, "Okay."
Yeah, and then she heals the kid, but then uses herbs to give him something to drink, and like that helps and heals him. And
he's
okay.
is sort of like she gives the herb drink, as like a ruse, in case the people around. Or, like, the parent, or the dad specifically, doesn't want her using the power.
Well, and also for the kid, and maybe it does. And then she does think that the herbs themselves do actually help.
She said maybe they can help a little. I'm not gonna let it go completely.
Yeah.
But basically, she gives the herb tea drink.
Yeah.
And then heals while he's drinking it.
You know what? Herbs still have a place in her healing repertoire.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
That's an important thing. That's Nynaeve's character.
So, she saves him.
Yep, he's fine. And then she's like, hey, I'm going to give your descriptions of the people of the docks so you can get extra rations, and you better not sell those extra food rations. And they're like, what? We would never. But it's like, shut up about it again. Yeah. You better not. Yeah.
Okay, so Nynaeve is going to get back on track to walking down the street and thinking about Rand.
Yeah.
And she ends up thinking about the one person who had sort of figured out how to handle him and how to treat him and how to get what they want out of Rand.
Yes.
And it was?
Moiraine.
Right. And Nynaeve thinks about how she was able to give advice and have him accept her advice by basically being very nice to him.
And I mean, this is in Nynaeve's perspective, because she's like, oh, no way am I going to do what she was doing. I'm not going to kiss his butt and be subservient. And it's like, Moiraine was never subservient. She just, like, backed off.
No, I said that Moiraine did a great job of reading that book, How to Make Friends and Influence People. Yeah.
Don't be a dick all the time to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that's number one.
Don't act like you know more than everybody always.
Be like, hey man, you want my advice? You can have it if you want it, but like no biggie.
And also, tell me about some things you're doing and why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't keep all your secrets all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just like Nynaeve's perspective. So, I mean, you know.
Just another little tidbit about Moiraine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like, Rand does have a lot of people trying to control him.
Yes.
So.
And Nynaeve thinks this is very frustrating because she's the one person that Rand actually needs to be listening to.
Right? And, like, doesn't everyone feel that way?
Kind of.
I'm pretty sure Cadsuit feels the exact same way.
Oh, 1,000%.
And Moiraine probably felt the exact same way. And everyone's like, I'm the one with the real advice.
Yeah. And Nynaeve is like, I'm just going to show him we're working for the same goals.
Perfect.
And that being a king isn't all that different from the mayor of the Two Rivers.
And she can deal with the mayor of the Two Rivers.
I know. But I kind of like the parallel that she's drawing between the mayor of Emmonsfield and the Women's Circle.
Yeah.
Versus the Dragon Reborn and Aes Sedai.
You know,
which isn't
their similarities.
The worst,
it's pretty good.
Because the mayor needs to be well liked and trusted. And the Women's Circle can do all of the stuff that nobody likes.
Right.
They're fine not being liked.
Yeah.
They're fine laying down the law and making things happen. But the actual mayor does need to be liked so that you can have a cohesive, well-run, happy town.
Yeah, I mean, there is something to be said for liking their Dragon Reborn, too.
But the Dragon Reborn isn't a mayor.
He's not. He's a savior of humanity. He's not an elected
official.
Right.
It's prophecy.
Well, I mean, let's talk about elected officials in the Two Rivers, like, you know.
I think Bran Alvjar does an excellent job.
I know, I'm just saying, like, you know, who's the competition here? Who's the alternative?
Well,
you know?
I mean, maybe other people. What if, like, Master Luhan wanted to be mayor? Like, there are some candidates.
Yeah, it's true, but, you know, he's got the in, you know?
Yeah, blacksmith
something about
shop.
that. Okay.
I don't know.
All right. You know, we need to dig more into the Two Rivers.
Into the politics
exactly.
of the Two Rivers.
Well, we can go back.
How long is the mayoral term?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you're asking the real questions.
I really am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Nynaeve, you know what? She's dealt with Coplans and Congers before.
Yeah, it runs out of Copland and Conger, but yeah.
It's pretty much the same.
Basically the same.
Okay.
When he's getting real crazy there. Like, it's basically the same.
Yeah.
Anyways, she has a plan too.
Okay. So.
Not going to talk about what the plan is.
No. She's decided, okay, I'm formulating a plan to show Rand how to listen to me.
He needs to listen to me, and then it's important to listen to
her. And I immediately got so angry.
Why?
Why do you think? What
is it because like a repeat of like the Catswin plan?
What did I think was about to happen?
Catswin's plan?
No. Well, okay. So,
I have no idea.
Okay.
You didn't?
So I was annoyed that Cadsuane has this plan, and then we cut away, and we don't get to see it.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, good. We're like, I thought it was going to be this like parallel.
Oh.
And where we're going to have these conflicting plans.
Yep.
But as a reader, we know neither of them. I thought that's like where the angle we were going.
I get that.
And I thought we were immediately about to like change perspective or something like that, where we weren't going to get it.
Right. And you're like, give me the plan already.
Yeah.
And we get the plan.
And then immediately we get that she's gonna do her plan now.
Right.
Without talking to anybody. Because I was like, oh, she's gonna go talk to someone and be like, listen to my plan. And then we're gonna go somewhere else. And that I was like, so annoyed. And when that didn't happen, it made me so happy. And, like, whatever she was doing, it honestly wouldn't have mattered.
That's pretty funny.
No matter what she was going to do, I was on board with because I got to see it. I didn't have to wait.
That's the standard. If I get to see it,
if I get
will
to
like
see it, I'm going to like it because I don't have to wait to find out what it is in hindsight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the plan.
Yeah. Or, first, before we do so, maybe we take a quick break.
Okay, and then get to the plan.
All
right.
Because we only read one chapter.
True.
Boo. Okay, so we're back, and we are going to get into Nynaeve's plan.
Yeah.
She is on her way to the palace, or not the palace, the mansion.
The Chadmar estate mansion place.
The Chadmore estate. That's
right.
Chadmar.
Oh. Not Chadmore.
Okay, I don't know. So.
Lady Chadmar.
Yeah.
Millie
Vanilli II.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I thought it was Chadmore. I don't know why. That's how I saw it.
Okay. That's fine. Not important.
No. But anyway, she's heading there, and she's going to see some Saldean soldiers hanging out outside, and only a couple of them are actually on duty.
Yeah.
And so she's like, who of you aren't working right now?
Yeah.
And they're like, us.
Yeah.
And she's like, good, follow me. And so that's good. I'm glad that she's at least getting some backup.
Yeah, it is smart.
It is so smart, and so un-Nynaeve-like.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like she usually like gets people to come with her.
No, I feel like the fact that she even admits that she might want some soldier backup here is growth.
Okay. Like you know what? I'll accept that.
I see Nynaeve as somebody who thinks she can do it all herself and doesn't need any help.
Right. Yeah. She does strike me like that sometimes.
I like this now. This is good. I'm glad she did it.
Yeah.
It just, honestly, I was like, wow, good job, Nynaeve.
Okay. Yeah, fair point.
So anyway, they're going to head inside, and Nynaeve wants to talk to the head housekeeper lady.
Yeah, so the title is the Dosun, and her name is Loral.
Okay, but it's like super late, and they're like, really? And she's like, yeah. So basically, she gets a bunch of people to like run around. One of the soldiers needs to go with a servant to go wake the lady.
Well, and make sure that Loral doesn't try to escape. And then the people are like, wait, why would she try to escape? Is she in trouble? Like, what's going on here?
Did she do anything wrong?
Right.
And Nynaeve is like, I sure hope not.
Whoa.
To like really make everybody rush around.
Yeah, it's like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And again, it's after midnight because Ghost funeral procession comes out at like midnight or whatever, so it is late.
It's late.
So she was totally sleeping.
Yeah. And she's using the advantage of surprise in the night.
Exactly. Surprise the old lady.
Yeah.
And they do surprise the old lady, and they bustle the old lady back.
And the old lady's like, woo!
She's like, just woke up, and she's...
Yeah. She's like, what?
She's just like a woken up old lady.
Yeah.
Exactly what you would think. And she's surprised.
Yeah. So Nynaeve questions her for a while.
Well, I mean, first they're like, hey... everyone else leave, and then that makes Loral even more nervous because, like, why am I being summoned by an Aes Sedai, and now why am I alone here in the middle of the night? Like, what's happening? Mm-hmm. So, but is she a dark friend?
No.
Okay. Well,
this old lady is like Linny old lady.
Okay, but like
she's
last episode, you were like, I'm going to start pointing the finger more.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know who you're pointing the finger at.
I thought that Millie was.
Right, I know.
Not.
You're just throwing the.
Not this lady.
Okay, I don't know.
No.
Okay, so she's innocent.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She's just old lady.
She is.
She's like, what?
Okay, so questioning the old lady.
Okay. Nynaeve tries to calm her down a bit by saying, I just need your help. I don't think you've done anything wrong. And she's like, how long have you been serving this family? And she's like, 3 generations. So that's why I think of Linny.
Right.
Yeah.
And like she's hoping for more, but now Millie is in jail
currently
forever.
imprisoned.
Yeah.
So
like, is that ever?
No.
I do appreciate that the housekeeper lady is like, is there any chance we can like fix that? Because like I'd super like to continue having work for me and my family forever.
Yeah.
But like, and Nynaeve's like, yeah, I mean maybe. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but then eventually Nynaeve does get to the point and asks about the messenger that was sent by the king.
Yes.
And right away, I know this person was sent by Grandel.
Who?
The messenger.
The messenger. Okay.
Right away.
Why?
'Cause super good looking.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Nobody good looking hangs around here anywhere.
Right.
Doesn't do anything.
Grendel only takes good looking people.
Only takes good looking
right.
people. And you know, most general people aren't good looking in this series. Like, anybody who's hustling around as a messenger for the king is not a strikingly handsome person.
Yeah. Now, how would you feel if Grendel came to you and was like, no?
Yeah. I mean, like...
Would it be, like, rude, number one?
Well, kind of, but, like, I expect that, you know? If she was like, ooh, come with me, I would be flattered.
Wow, thank you.
Yes. I know. I feel like we've talked about this before.
Maybe.
Like, on a Q&A or
like,
something.
I get you're getting his brains at me here, but, like...
Yeah, but, like, kind of flattered.
Thanks. Yeah, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, only the best looking people.
Only the best looking people.
So that's how you know right away. But Nynaeve doesn't know that detail. And I hate knowing things and putting the puzzle pieces together before our characters do.
Right.
It's so frustrating.
Like, how do you not know that, Nynaeve, you idiot?
Idiot. Don't you know anything about her secret compulsion palace?
She doesn't yet.
Okay.
So anyways, long story short of this entire question and answer period is that Nynaeve's like, hey, do you know where this dungeon and the torture people are?
And the questioner.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, well, yeah, she does.
Yeah.
So we're going. We're going tonight. We're going literally right now.
Yeah.
And bring everybody so that nobody has a chance to run off and alert anybody of anything.
No.
Because this is Nynaeve's super secret special plan.
You know what? Good plan.
It's good. Yeah.
Now, pretty soon, Nynaeve and the whole crew are marching through the streets.
Yep.
We're going to do this whole thing.
We're going.
We're just going.
Yeah.
And so refreshing.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I do see the parallels, now that you say it.
Yeah.
To the stupid thing
It's like we get people, we go in the night, we go to the house, we sneak into the house, but, like, everything that happens is, like, it ends very differently.
But we don't have a bunch of, like, super evil channelers lurking in there and, like, that's what we're going into, and we have...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nynaeve didn't send, like, a dozen different spies to get murdered continuously before finding this one house to go to. There's differences.
I do see the similarity of, like, going through the night to somewhere.
Yeah.
To surprise someone.
Yeah.
But this feels on the safer side.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So we get to a candle making shop.
The Chandler place. Yeah, say it. You have to.
The Chandler place.
It's not a candle place. It's a Chandler place. Chandler place.
The Chandles.
Yeah. Do you make chandles? But it's funny because, like I said, it is French. Mm-hmm. Chandelle or something like that.
Yeah, isn't it funny?
So
Other
good.
languages exist.
They
Hilarious.
do. It's
oh my
crazy.
Gosh, so funny.
And the words are almost so similar.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically what we have just to outline what's happening here, we've got Nynaeve with the housekeeper lady.
Yeah.
We've got 3 soldiers and then like 5 worker people. Whatever. Servants, workers.
Right, because they also can't run off and go tell what they've seen.
Yes. So Nynaeve is going to take 2 of the soldiers with her and then leave one of the soldiers in the street with the workers and the lady. So, like, there's 2 groups now. Yeah. And that's going to be relevant very soon.
Yeah. And I like when the soldiers hesitate because they only brought one lantern.
What do we do?
And Nynaeve is like
so frustrated.
For fuck's sake.
Like, I'm magic. I am magical.
She just goes Lumos and then walks across the street with her ball of light.
Yeah. Yeah. You did it.
I know.
Okay. Well, you have to get up.
I wish I didn't. Yeah, I don't want to get up.
You know what?
I should have... Okay. No, I do want to get up because we did get a lovely package.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good reason.
And in our package, there was a letter that accused us of not taking enough shots.
Right.
So let me go grab that.
Okay.
Okay, so we got this lovely package from Kristen, who sent us shot glasses from Charleston, South Carolina, which is, as we know, Robert Jordan's hometown.
Yeah.
And Kristen is a big fan of the podcast and started reading the books after season 1 of the show.
Nice. Got another one.
Yes.
Okay.
Just finished A Memory of Light, but will continue to listen to the podcast, so yay, that's great. Also, Team Perrin, and she says she's not holding it against me, though, and it turns out I'm going to hold that against you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
These are the cutest little shot glasses because what's it called? Rainbow Row?
Rainbow Row.
Not like Rainbow Road, because when I first started, it was Rainbow Road. It's like, oh, is that where...
Oh, Mario.
Is that where it comes from? But no, Rainbow Row.
Right. It looks like houses that are colorful.
Adorable.
All in a row.
Right.
And that Elaine is totally mashed potatoes, and Gowan is the worst. So, cool.
We agree on a lot of things.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh. Oh, that immediately made my mouth fill with saliva.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
We're warming up for JordanCon.
Oh, In 1 week, we will be there.
Oh, yeah, actually. It's 1 week. It's 7 days.
Week.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
Whoa. We've got a lot to do in 1 week.
Oh. Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so Nynaeve has her ball of light. They're heading across the street.
And it all happens pretty quick, too, because, like, she does the ward against eavesdropping, and she's like, oh, also, we got these 2 names for these guys, Tribin and Lurtz. So that's what Lurtz.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's like,
Tribin, I think.
Tribin, kick the door in, and then they kick the door in, and then they all sneak in. And
you know what I actually really appreciate?
Lurtz?
Okay.
The name? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's a name, you know?
Yeah, no. I appreciate that these random Saldaean soldiers who are just like in guarding...
Not on duty. They were not on duty.
Okay, but they are probably sometimes on duty, you know?
That's a fair assumption,
Just like random Saldaean soldiers are just like, yep, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, and they're so on board for this mission. It's probably the most fun they've actually had.
It's pretty cool.
Like, it's this stealth mission with Nynaeve Sedai.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that they all have
like,
bowed legs because they're riding horses all the time, so they walk funny.
Well, and they're stout Saldaeans.
You're right, exactly, yeah.
And we're stereotyping the shit out of people.
Oh, so, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love that. Love that. But no, I do love that they're just like immediately on board and following Nynaeve's every direction.
For sure. They do. Yeah. They listen really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, they sneak into the shop.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, you, go watch the Lurtz. Lurtz is watching the back of the shop.
Oh, yeah. Make sure nobody escapes.
Yeah, which is going to be important in a second, too.
Yeah, she and Tribin head upstairs and find a big guy sleeping on a mattress in one of the rooms.
Yeah, that is the guy named...
Oh,
what's his name?
He's got a good one.
Jorgen.
Yeah. Good.
These
I love
names.
learning all these names that I'm never going to hear of again.
For sure, but you got to appreciate them in the moment.
We do.
Yeah, so that's the big guy, and then in the next room, there's two younger guys.
Nynaeve ties him up with air.
Yeah, she does
stops him from screaming.
Yep. Because again, these are just guys who can't channel up against Nynaeve, the most powerful channeler.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Uh-huh. Then they go into the next room, and there's 2 younger men, and Nynaeve right away just wraps them up in air.
Well, Tribin gets a good gut punch on one of the guys.
Oh.
Because they were up a little bit faster than the other dude.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's fine.
Anyway, no real resistance at this point. And then Tribin's like, I think we got the right place. There's no way these guys are chandeliers.
Chandlers. No, they're not chandeliers.
Chandlers.
They're not chandlers. They got calluses, but no burns, because if you're a candle maker, you're going to have burns on your hands, so it's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
and they're all muscly, and that guy's got a broken nose.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So Nynaeve goes full intimidation mode. So she goes, which one of you should I kill?
Yeah.
Which one of you is going to talk and which one's going to die?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it gets even worse because she ungags the one guy and then he starts babbling. And then she's like, nope, you talk too much. How about the other guy? Maybe you'll know how to shut up until I ask questions. And then she ungags that guy and he actually listens. It's pretty intimidating.
It's good. She's done a good job.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, where's the secret trapdoor or whatever? How do I get to the dungeon? Because I know there's a dungeon here.
Well, no, she says, how do I get to the dungeon? And then the guy says, there's a trapdoor in the front of the shop.
Yeah, we kind of missed it because there's this whole thing Nynaeve thinks about where it's like, oh, this couldn't be the dungeon because it looks like a candle shop. But wait, any legitimate dungeon...
Well, and it's also in the stinky part of town.
Well, it's in the super stinky part of town, and it's like you want to have a cover for your dungeon torture room, I guess, to have like a legitimate business.
Yeah.
It's all the stuff in the background here.
Legitimate business, right? Okay.
Hey, candle makers are legitimate business.
No, I mean like, okay. Oh, I thought you meant like you want to have a cover for the legitimate business of the dungeon. And I was like, what?
Well,
okay.
the legitimate...
No, the legitimate business, it's like...
The legitimate business is the candle shop.
Covers the drug cartel in the back.
Which, I mean, if you ask Jorgen, he'd be like, no, torturing is a legitimate business.
Exactly, he would.
I do a good job.
I do a great job. I would never... Okay, but now we're skipping ahead.
Right. So let's all go to the trapdoor.
Okay, and then there's a young boy just sitting on the floor in the front room, and then Tribin's like, now that guy, he makes candles.
Yeah, that's an apprentice.
Yeah, and it turns out that this kid tried to leave, but then the other guy stopped him.
Yeah, because the guy watching the back door. So when Nynaeve and the rest of them went upstairs, and then he tried to scramble out, and then they came back downstairs, so we got that kid, who's, again, going to be relevant later.
Okay, so they're all going to head into the trapdoor to the dungeons.
Right, but first we get the heroic leap
Oh, Bashir would kill me if I let you go first, lady.
Yeah, I gotta go first. Otherwise, my boss is gonna be upset.
Okay.
So anyways, he like leaps down. It's
so
great.
They all go down.
Yeah, there's no traps. It's like, it's not a trapped place.
No.
It's just like a regular dungeon.
Just a regular one.
Yeah.
And Nynaeve gets the keys from somewhere. One of the guys, right?
Well, she's like, yo, Jorgen, where's the keys? And he's like, over there. And then she gets them. And then it's like for the two cells. Yeah, it's not that
One's empty and one has Milli Vanilli in it. So
it's covered in poop.
Nynaeve was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Rand would allow her to be treated like this.
It's like, but this is the place where
but now she
sent
needs
people.
Information, so
here's the problem too with this lady Chadmar is like, this is a place where she clearly sends people like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Because there's even a place, like, we have a routine of how to get the prisoners here.
Uh-huh.
It's in the bag full of the candle nubs from the palace.
Right, yeah.
Like, she's a bad person.
Not great, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe the people she's sending here aren't great people. Maybe that makes her an okay person.
But are you supposed to torture bad people too? You're not supposed to torture anybody.
Maybe they're not always tortured.
In the torture chamber with Jorgen? I'm not buying that Jorgen's like, hey, you know what? You get a pass.
The thing about this world is there really doesn't seem to be this, like, jail system.
So
with people who are bad people, do we just let them go free or just hang them?
Sure, yeah.
Or do we get information out of them and leave them as
send them
prisoners?
to the poop cell and they can just live here forever.
You know what? Is that better than being hanged? Maybe.
Who am I to say?
Who's to say? I'm not saying, oh, this is good and I like it.
Sure.
But like Milli Vanilli, and although possible dark friend,
right,
isn't a bad person because she sends people to be tortured sometimes.
I feel like you're digging yourself into a deep hole. It's that whiskey that's talking right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to just have a thing to say about this.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. Anyways, she's in the cell.
Okay, yes.
And that's where we're going to leave it, I guess.
Okay. Now, Nynaeve does need some information, and she thinks, I could have asked Rand for permission to visit here in the morning, but then I wouldn't get all that I needed.
Right. Well, she's really depending on, like, surprise and intimidation to make this work, and we don't want to tip anybody off on what she's doing. And to be fair, we actually don't even really know what she's trying to accomplish here yet.
Yeah.
And she's trying to just accomplish, like, getting information.
More information than Rand got.
Yeah. So it's like, and that's the whole thing. Like, how do I make him listen to me?
If I can bring him
more information. So.
Which is, yeah.
I mean, I get it.
It's fine.
I get it.
So she starts asking her questions and basically antagonizes the main torture guy.
Jorgen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she says that I promise you'll be able to go free if you talk.
Yeah. And it's really funny because, like, her entire strategy is like, oh, so you're just, like, terrible at your job, right? And he's like, no, I'm not terrible. And it's like, oh, well, why did he die? Is it because you're bad at everything? And he's like, no, I'm really good at things. I can always make people talk.
And she's like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's how he died.
Yeah, you just pushed too far. And he's like, no, I didn't push too far.
Yeah.
She's like, just pokes.
Well, she's trying to get him to be like, okay, fine, I did it.
Yeah.
You know?
And she's like, oh, so you sold him. You sold the prisoner, and he's actually not dead. He's just gone. You sold him. He's like, no, I didn't do that either. Yeah.
And didn't, like, Rand's guys see the body or something
like that?
Well,
but here's the thing I have with that is, like, what's the identification system in Randland for like a dead body of like some dude that we don't know?
Really good looking.
You could be like,
good looking.
So you just have to find a second good looking person?
No, you cannot find someone that good looking.
Yeah.
Even in death. Grandol only chooses the best.
Yeah, but it's like, it'd be like, that was the guy.
For sure.
It looks worse because he's dead.
Right.
So there's that too. I don't know.
Anyway, so this guy just ended up dying. They didn't leave him just to rot and forget to feed and water him.
He feeds his prisoners well. He's smart about it.
He does. And so...
Well, he like feeds them enough not to die from starvation.
Well, and not well, yeah. But no way is he just forgetting to feed prisoners, which is kind of what Milli Vanilli told Rand.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yeah, and there's two cells here.
And then that's what ended her up in this cell.
Yeah.
Like, that's how this happened.
Because she's a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, unless she wasn't exactly privy and just assumed that they weren't feeding him, and when they went to check on him, he was dead.
Yeah.
Because
then she's just making stuff up, and then she's still alive.
Or like maybe that's what she believes. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay.
I gotta stop defending all these people.
You're really digging into this whole like.
I don't know. I feel like I just whatever you say, I want to say the opposite, and so then I just like find reasons. Even if I don't fully believe it.
It's just like the mood of tonight, and you're like, I'm arguing.
I'm just in a mood that I want to
Milli Vanilli's a good guy. She doesn't deserve to be here at all. She was trying to save the messenger's life, in fact.
She just wanted to know where the king is, I think. I think that's
because she's so concerned with the king. That's why. I get it. Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So.
Anyway, long story short, this guy died, and they don't really know how or why. But no matter how much they tortured him, he wouldn't give the answers.
Yeah.
And so if we needed any more
because like the other jailers are like, no, for real, it's like he wanted to talk, but he couldn't.
His tongue was so tight, he couldn't do it. So that's compulsion, and this is clearly ground off.
It's literally what it is. Like that's the one thing we've seen before, where it's like you physically cannot talk.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So Nynaeve is frustrated because she's actually starting to believe that this guy just died.
Yeah, and now like her secret mission is more likely to get Rand even more pissed off because
because she's not finding information.
She didn't get anything. Like it would be good if she found something out and then went back and is like, I did all these things, but like here's what I found out.
Yeah.
But now if she finds out nothing.
Okay, but so she's gonna go to the next cell and talk to Milli Vanilli. Or is Milli Vanilli here the whole time? Or they're in the cell? I don't know. Anyway,
she's in one cell and she just basically walks by and she's like, she looks terrible. She looks like she has the shakes and she's super pale and stuff. So maybe I'll just delve her.
So she goes and does a quick delving.
She delves from like outside the cell.
And then is like, oh my God, she's been poisoned.
Oh, that's the surprise. Yeah.
That's the surprise.
That's
the reveal.
Yeah.
So Nynaeve rushes into the cell. Okay, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
So she rushes into the cell and can tell that it's not like a great poison, but it's another plant.
Fool's parsley.
It's the plant.
It's the dog poison.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And she can tell that, it's the perfect poison for someone who is forced to eat whatever food is given to them.
Yeah, because it tastes terrible and you have to eat a lot.
And you have to eat it a lot over time to eventually just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you do that, then eventually it kind of looks like you died natural causes.
Yeah.
Because it's slow acting and all these things. So
Nynaeve is able to heal it, and then she's like, "Hey, you! Who prepares the prisoners' foods?" And then Jorgen is like, "What? I don't know. Curb?"
Yeah, it's Curb.
It's Curb's job.
And it's like, who's Curb?
And it's the kid.
It's the kid. Yeah.
Then they're like, "Oh, he's nobody important. Lucky we found him, though."
Yeah, because this whole story...
We found him a few months back.
We had an apprentice, but he just wandered off, and then all of a sudden this kid showed up.
Already trained.
Yeah, it's like, well, that old apprentice is for sure dead. Sorry to tell you guys.
And now he's a ghost.
Now he's in the funeral.
Oh
no. I really don't think the kid's the other apprentice.
We don't know the other apprentice is a kid or not.
No, we don't, but it probably not a ghost, I would assume.
Well, I mean, not yet. Maybe. Who knows?
How long do you have to wait before becoming a ghost,
I don't know the
what's
rules.
the rule on that?
I actually don't know the rules.
Well, what are you doing with your time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not learning the rules of Ghost Town. Ghost Town Randland.
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
so
now it's like, oh my god, the kid is poisoning. Yeah, Milla's hair. Where's the kid?
Yeah.
So then Nynaeve shouts up to the soldier who's up there because there's still one up there supposed to be watching, and then she climbs up the ladder, and then he's like, what was happening? But it's like
the boy ran away.
Yeah.
How did he get out?
Well, because he ran out the front door, and probably the soldier was like, whatever, it's a stupid kid.
Yeah, but
then Nynaeve's shouting.
They stopped him the first time.
Yeah.
From trying to leave.
He's sneaky little kids,
Yeah, so that kid just sneaks right out.
Yep. And that's when Nynaeve dashes into the street because she's like, we got to catch this kid. But then luckily, the workers who were outside.
The
servants, basically, because when the kid came sprinting out, the one soldier went in to see if Nynaeve was okay.
Right.
So then it's like, what's happening here?
And so the workers caught the boy.
Yeah. Curb.
The names.
I know. Curb with a K.
With a K, of course.
Yeah, and an E.
K.
And then an R and then a B.
That's how Curb is spelled.
How else would you spell it?
C-U.
That's just a curb.
That's just a curb. Exactly.
Okay. So anyways.
It's not a curb. It's curb.
So the workers are like, hey, well, this kid came sprinting out like the dark one was chasing him. So we thought it was good to catch him.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Okay. So now we have curb.
We got Curb. And Jorgen and the others, but that's fine.
Yeah. And
they get to go free, probably.
Right. And then this is right when the chapter ends.
Yeah.
And I was like, hoo-hoo.
This
well,
sneaky
that's
little
such good
kid.
information.
Yeah, this little kid doing some poisoning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
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 And we have information about lots of stuff. And I feel like with the information that we do have, it's pretty clear that the pretty boy messenger was under compulsion.
Yep.
And Rand can put 3 and 1 together.
Yep.
Come out with 4. And
Hopefully.
decide that for sure this is Grandal, because that's what he was waiting for. He's like, if only we could have known that messenger was under compulsion, then we could know.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, also, like, what's the kid doing?
Yeah.
Who's the kid getting orders from? You
Grandal.
know? But like,
also Grandal.
Like, directly? Like, is
Yes.
he directly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, directly. He's a dark friend. He's a dark friend kid.
This little kid?
Yeah. Probably his dark friend parents.
Oh, man. Blame the parents.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I mean, like, how old is a kid? Like 15? He can go dark friend on his own will.
Really? You went that old?
He's an apprentice. I don't know.
I was saying like an 8-year-old.
Oh, 8.
You seem like little, you know? Maybe that's just how I read it.
I think little compared to like
an adult? Yeah, no, like 15 is still little. Like, I'm not saying that it's not.
maybe 12.
12. Okay.
Happy medium.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, now they have him.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see where this goes.
Okay.
I'm excited.
You get two chapters. Yep.
You know, I'm going to be annoyed if we don't continue, like, with this.
Oh, right here? Yeah, okay.
Like, if we're like, oh, Perrin, what are you up to? No! You know?
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Although, that would be interesting, because I do want to know what Galad and Perrin are up to.
Oh, right,
That
yeah.
was interesting from
What the
last
heck is
time.
going on there?
Yeah, I haven't forgotten that.
We have to get there
And I want to get
first.
to Matt and Camelin.
We got to get there, too.
I do want to know. So
and
I'll be open.
the Matt situation, too, because it's like, wasn't he hunting down whoever had pictures of him or whatever?
Yeah,
so,
but apparently we just bypassed that.
It's not important.
Maybe it's not. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, what I am going to say is this book is heating up.
Okay.
We're heating up. We got 2 goals.
Yeah,
You know, that's what you
technically you get 4 more chapters to read before Jordan Con.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because we're going to do 2.
We are double time recording this week.
Yeah, we are.
So that we don't... Yeah, so that we have everything to release in a timely way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think I said it last time, but I'll say it again. We're going to be doing a live stream Q&A from Jordan Con. So either the 19th or 20th, depending on when we can swing to make it work based on other events that we're doing. Because we are on a few panels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to be on the Dusty Wheels CouchCon
Yep.
while we're there, which is also on YouTube. And if you are listening to this after JordanCon 2024, then you can go over to our YouTube channel and find it there, because it will still be up even after we record live. So before you go ahead and take information gathering to a whole new level, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett, produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Fouts, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Adam, Mozyme, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, and Gabby Young. With music by Audionautics. Please be sure to check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you. Plus, you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And at the time of recording, we have over 45 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. Find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show, like information on how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, how to get in touch with us, you can visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us that 5-star review, because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And if you write us a really nice review and put your Instagram or Twitter handle in the review on Apple Podcasts, we will be picking people at random to be giving out some merchandise like stickers and bookmarks, and we'll send them out to those people as a huge thank you. Now be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.